Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Church of Evanston. You came to the right place today. I'm Janelle Brittain. I'll be your Worship Associate for today. In addition to that, I am the co-chair of the garden team, hence all of the flowers. Whether this is your spiritual home or you're newly discovering this community, we're grateful to share this time together with you. We strive to be an inclusive and welcoming community, seeking truth in love and nurturing the human spirit for a world made whole. We are guided by our principles and values, which remind us in every moment and through every challenge that each of us is worthy of love. And that we are all connected through the vast and beautiful web of existence. We come together to remember our kinship with one another and to hold one another in heart and mind with tenderness and careful attention, and to dedicate ourselves more fully to living our shared values. Welcome to those of us joining online. We're glad to have you here today. We hope that you have your chalices ready. People of all ages are welcome and important part of our faith community. We are blessed to have our children up front here in the area we call the nest. This is for the first half of most of our Sundays, but one Sunday a month, then they stay for the whole time, and today is one of those days because there's so much fun going on. We want the children to be a part of it too. Nursery care is always available every Sunday in room 11 in the lower level, which you can access via the stairs there at the back of the sanctuary. As part of our welcoming and inclusive community, we have some information posted on the screen that will help orient you to UCE and to our service. We have, of course, a few announcements, lots going on around here. As you know, this is our flower communion ceremony. If you have a flower with you, bring it up to the vases in the front at any time during the service. At the end of our service, we will have our cherished ceremony then. And also afterwards, we're having our annual picnic. Yay! So we'll be enjoying a lot of food made by you all, and we can use our backyard and some new places for children to play, and it's going to be a really fun afternoon. UCE's summer session of friendship meals will be held in July and August. The attendance sign-ups begin this weekend. Friendship meals are a small group of in-home potlucks or restaurant gatherings. They're open to anybody, whether you're a friend of UCE or a member of UCE, and they provide a great opportunity for you get to know each other and build your relationships. Please check last Friday's newsletter for the details. There's a link there to sign up, or visit Lena Hilko at the back of the sanctuary today after worship, because she has a computer where you can sign up there. Our Giving House, which is the name that we have for the little pink wooden house by the front door, over the past months has collected enough food for C&W Foundation to distribute non-perishable food items to more than 100 families. However, their food is running out. So we encourage you to bring non-perishable items such as beans, pasta, soup, rice, cereal, canned fish, and meats, and put them in that little wooden house, and then we will deliver them to the C&W Foundation to be distributed to the families who are food insecure. This Thursday, we begin our weekly Beacon of Light. It's a vigil of interfaith neighbors. You're encouraged to join at one of the three corners. So one corner is right down here at there, I guess, at Dempster and Ridge, and then Chicago and Main, or Central and Central Park. It's just for half an hour, but bring your posters and signs that we want to communicate to the community our concerns. This weekend is our UCE camping trip at this coming weekend, next one, at Illinois State Beach. If you're planning to attend and haven't already checked in or signed up, please check with Kathy Underwood, right here, and let her know so she can get you all the details. Next Sunday from 2 to 5, come to the Interfaith Family Pride Fest at Raymond Park. UCE will have a table there, and there'll be lots of wonderful entertainment for all ages. And now, let us settle in as we gather together and pull our attention to share some time of reflection, celebration, and inspiration. As we begin our worship service, let's quiet our electronics and our bodies as we join in beloved community. Welcome to worship.
Good morning. Our opening reading is From Blossoms by Lee Young Lee. From blossoms comes this brown paper bag of peaches we bought from the boy at the bend in the road where we turned toward signs painted peaches. From laden boughs, from hands, from sweet fellowship in the bins comes nectar at the roadside, succulent peaches we devour, dusty skins, and all comes the familiar dust of summer, dust we eat. Oh, to take what we love inside, to carry within us an orchard, to eat not only the skin, but the shade, not only the sugar, but the days, to hold the fruit in our hands, adore it, then bite into the round jubilance of peach. There are days we live as if death were nowhere in the background. From joy to joy to joy, from wing to wing, from blossom to impossible blossom to sweet, impossible blossom. Our introit this morning, A Flower Remembered, is in memory of the victims of the Tohoku area earthquake and tsunami in March 2011. May we listen, remembering the sweet preciousness of life.
What a beautiful remembrance. As you know, the Unitarian Church of Evanston resides on land that was recorded as being transferred from the local Potawatomi community to the U.S. government in 1829. Shortly before, the Potawatomi in this area were forcefully removed west of the Mississippi River. This land was then sold to white settlers. We remember the ancestors of contemporary African Americans, the individuals, the families, and networks of Black people who built up our country's culture and economy, a role forced on them originally by enslavement. We acknowledge the impacts of the intentional violence of the Middle Passage and enslavement, which echo through the generations and remain a reality today. We offer these acknowledgments as one small effort toward building long-term solidarity with contemporary communities. We commit ourselves to incorporate these admissions into our lives and turn our thoughts into actions. Please join in our words of shared commitment. We ought to name these realities with honor for all of our ancestors, respect for our descendants, and gratitude for the land we use as sacred space. For our chalice lighting today, Kathy Underwood brought the flowers in honor of her and Todd's 40th wedding anniversary. As she lights our chalice, symbol of our living tradition, please join in saying the words on the screen. We tend this flame in celebration of the sun, with gratitude for the energy, growth, and guidance it provides, with hope that our earthly struggles may give rise to a world more illuminating, connective, and life-giving. Please rise in body or spirit and join in saying the words of our covenant. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is our law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And before we sing our opening hymn, I invite those joining online to greet each other in the chat, and those gathered in the sanctuary to turn to one person briefly near you and say hello.
Stay after the service and continue your conversations at our potluck picnic. We'll have tables outside and inside. And if you're new to UCE, please stop by the welcome table with the red tablecloth at the back of the sanctuary to get more information about our community. Let's keep building those relationships and kinships among us. Please remain uplifted as we sing our opening hymn, number 1000, Morning Has Come.
Well, good morning. How are we doing in the nest? Oh, time for all ages today is about the beautiful sun, which came out for us just for this occasion. Yeah. There are many stories that come from cultures all over the world and across time. Today's story comes from the ancient Greek and Roman mythologies. These stories help explain many things in our natural world, such as thunder and lightning. And as a child, I was really fascinated by these stories. They were very imaginative. One of these was the Roman goddess named Aurora. She was the goddess of the dawn. Her name comes from the Latin word for gold, which connects to the gold of the shining dawn. She is described as being ever young, can you imagine? Never growing old. Some described her as having white wings, too. She is the first to awaken and bring the light of the day in her chariot, which she rides into the sky across and ahead of her brother, the sun. It was also said that she would scatter roses and flowers ahead along the way. Have you ever seen the aurora borealis? Anybody? Sure, yeah. You could see them just this last year in Chicago. And actually tonight, after midnight, but tonight's supposed to be better than tomorrow night. So if you're awake, check it out. They were given that name by Galileo, aurora meaning light, and borealis meaning wind. Most of us turn to science rather than myths to understand natural phenomena like the northern lights and the rising and the setting of the sun, but they are still beautiful and worthy of our awe. We also know that we need the sun, but yeah, much more than it needs us. It provides us the warmth and energy for life to exist. And so today we are celebrating the flowers that Aurora scattered in the sky and the power of the sun. Hopefully you've heard that we have solar panels on the roof. Yep. Thanks to the generous gift from one of our members, Barbara Young, who helped invest in this technology so we can use, of course, less energy. And because it's not too safe to climb up on the roof where we can see the solar panels, we have a little video that my lovely husband, Todd, shot for you, with pictures also from Andy Fisher, I understand. Video.
Turn on the light, turn on the light, bum bum, turn on the light, turn on the light, turn on the light, turn on the light, bum bum, turn on the light, turn on the light. Isn't it obvious every day? It's shining above us all, and it's here to stay. We know the sky's the limit. With all the power in it, it's time to begin it. We're turning on the light of the sun, the light of the sun, the solar power of one. Turn on the light, turn on the light, turn on the light. Don't have to dig a drill or hurt a tree, and it'll never spill, it's always clean and free. We know the sun's the ticket. Hop on, let's go, let's get it. We all will be winning. We're gonna do it right with the light of the sun. The light of the sun, the solar power, the light of the sun.
I couldn't wait for you to see that. I was so excited. Thank you to Todd. And he apparently is a licensed drone camera operator, so that's how he did it. He didn't fly into the sky. And Adam has at the TV at the back, Adam has a presentation about the solar panels. If you weren't able to catch that earlier in this year, he's got some information about the panels, and they should be, the switch should be flipped mid-June to go. I invite us now to settle into our time of sharing joys and sorrows and quiet reflection. So if you have a joy or sorrow that you would like to share in services upcoming, please write them in the book that's found at the table right as you enter the sanctuary, or send me an email, or fill out the form found on the homepage of our website. We listen to these offerings with tenderness and with respect for one another, and so we still and quiet our bodies and minds as much as possible by breathing in together. Let's take in one deep breath and let it out. These are the joys and sorrows that have been shared before the service today. From Amy Staton, she writes, "My friend Phyllis had a successful heart surgery on Wednesday to install a stent. It went well, great." Joyce Lostrom writes, "Thanks to Reverend Susan and I for our preaching skills. Much appreciated." Thank you, Joyce. That's very nice of you. A joy from Maria and Steve Lewis, who are so happy to celebrate their son Duncan's 9th birthday. We love him so much, and he completed our family. Happy birthday, Duncan. Barb and Bob Mesley are proud to announce that their daughter Sarah has been promoted to full professor in the writing program at the University of Southern California. From Elise and Alejandro Estevez, our interview with immigration was successful, and Alejandro was approved for his green card. A sorrow from Gary Wisby. My girlfriend of 6 years, Judy Johnson, died recently of cancer. I miss her. And from Joshua Marjenka, a joyful sorrow and a sorrowful joy. Wednesday, May 28th, marked what would have been Joshua's maternal grandmother's 97th birthday. Joshua shared an especially close relationship with Dolores, who he called Gamma. And it was an open secret among siblings and cousins that Joshua, who she called Chickadee, was Grandma's favorite. As Dory's beloved namesake, Joshua enjoys seeing hints of his Gamma spirit in Dory's own loving, kind, smart, strong-willed, and humorous nature. Dolores longed to be a great-grandmother, and although she didn't live long enough to meet her great-granddaughters, she was the greatest Gamma. A final sorrow, somewhere between a joy and sorrow. Next Saturday, June 7th, 11 to 12:30 p.m., there will be a Raymond Park Make America Wake Again demonstration. Bring signs and loud voices. That's from Gretchen Brewster. Sharing these concerns of the heart is a part of how we build and practice beloved community. And you are invited now to come to one of the 3 stations, either here in the front or on the side tables, to drop a stone in the well of tears or light a candle. And as you do, please light them from the back to the front so we don't burn each other's sleeves. And if you would like a candle brought to you, please raise your hand and we will do so. For these joys, we give our thanks. For these sorrows, we give our love. Please join me in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Spirit of life, source of love, we are grateful for the beauty around us that comes in the form of flower and fruit, bird and butterfly, as well as in the form of kindness, connection, and love. Show us how to be conduits of that beauty, especially in the midst of the meanness and ugliness of life. When we are hurt, afraid, angry, or lonely, help us to keep turning toward each other with courage and honesty, and with our values of justice and liberating love leading the way. Grow in us a longing for the sun, the light, the warmth, the life-giving energy that sustains us all. May all who are suffering through violence and war know peace. May all those who are hungry and without shelter know safety and nourishment. May all those who are in pain physically, mentally, or spiritually experience ease. And may each of us work together in whatever ways we can to expand these for everyone, everywhere. Amen, and blessed be. Our sung response is number 352, Find a Stillness.
As we say in our covenant each Sunday, service is our law. UCE is called by our mission, values, and principles to contribute to our community, to form accountable partnerships, and to express gratitude through giving. Today's offering will be shared with the Black Lives of Unitarian Universalism, or BLUE as we affectionately call it. Here is a video about their important work in our faith.
Hello, I'm Lena Catherine Gardner, the Executive Director of Black Lives of Unitarian Universalism, Today, I want to talk to you about love, community, and the importance of creating a space where Black people can grow together. Unitarian Universalism is about radical love. It's about loving ourselves, our neighbors, and the world, with all of its complexities. We are all imperfect, and we carry the impacts of our experiences, both good and bad. Unitarian Universalism invites us to take responsibility for the impacts we have in this world, to connect our spiritual practices, our values, and our justice holistically in community. Spiritual community should be a welcoming, empowering place. Many Black Unitarian Universalists, like myself, have had isolating experiences in predominantly white congregations. We need a space where we can celebrate our Blackness and our spiritual beliefs without feeling alone. That's why a group of Black Unitarian Universalists founded Black Lives of Unitarian Universalism in 2015. In Blue Community, we come together to celebrate each other, learn from one another, deepen our spirituality, and work collectively to create change. We believe that we can love each other better and change the world in ways that honor our Blackness and our faith. But we can't do this without your help. Your support allows us to continue providing a nurturing environment for Black Unitarian Universalists to connect in spaces that can hold all of who we are. We invite you to join us in amplifying and elevating Black spiritual practices, community, and leadership. You can help us by donating to Black Lives of Unitarian Universalism. Together, we can build a spiritual home where Black people can be unapologetically Black, unapologetically spiritual, and unapologetically liberated. Thank you for your support and for choosing to invest in love.
You may text to give, mail in a check, put cash in the collection bowls, or give at our website. If you write a check, please indicate in the memo line if your check is for the shared offering or some other giving. The ushers will now come forward to pass the collection bowls down the rows. Please give as generously as you are able, and may what you give bring you joy.
Tes yeux qui font baisser les miens, un rire qui se perd sur sa bouche, voilà un portrait sans retouche de l'homme auquel j'appartiens. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas. Je sois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça m'a fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur qu'on ne connaît la cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, l'a joué pour la vie. Dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. Des nuits d'amour à plus finir, au grand bonheur qui sonne se place, les envies, les chagrins s'effacent, heureux, heureux à mourir. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait toute chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur, où n'est pas de bonheur, qu'on ne connaît la chose. C'est toi pour moi, moi pour toi dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, la joie pour la vie. Dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat.
Oops, am I here? Thank you, Jen and Gregory, for what beautiful music. Thank you so much. And thanks to all of you for your financial generosity. We have so many gifts in this congregation. Like our congregation, the beauty of flowers is amplified by their great diversity. As wonderful as roses are, imagine how sad it would be if they were our only flower to enjoy. Instead, it's one among so many. Likewise, our world is fortunate to have a rich diversity of spiritually beautiful traditions. Our class on getting to know our interfaith neighbors has been exploring this diversity firsthand these winter and spring months. We have visited Beth Emmet, the Free Synagogue nearby, the Baha'i Temple up in Wilmette, the Midwest Buddhist Center, the Muslim Community Center of Morton Grove, St. Mark's Episcopal Church, and the Ebenezer AME Church. Each class has had three parts. First, a person from that community of faith has come to speak to us. Then we've gone to visit one of their services or events. And then we follow that by gathering back here to reflect on our experience with that other community. Now, roses do have thorns, and we have reflected upon some of the thorns of, say, lack of LGBT inclusion in some communities. We've wondered how to address that in the context of interfaith dialogue. But even in that case, we have found that every group of people has welcomed us with warmth and kindness. We've learned a lot about how each community struggles to express their best values in the context of their history and culture. For example, after a Muslim speaker, Mr. Ali, came to talk to our group, our community reflected about how the Islamic tradition had characterized LGBT people. And afterward, I struck up an email conversation with Mr. Ali and expressed our concerns. He wrote back and said that it's very important to Muslims to express themselves with caring love, with kindness, and with respect. And he apologized if he had not done that well and said that he would try to do better in the future. I thought that was a remarkable blossom of interfaith dialogue. Really respected him for that. We came away from our interfaith journey with a bouquet of beautiful spiritual flowers and warm experiences of meeting new friends. Getting to know our interfaith community has also helped us to appreciate our own Unitarian Universalist values. For example, pluralism is one of our central values, and seeking the truth in love. We plan to have a new class in the near future, visiting other interfaith neighbors, and invite any of you who might be interested to come join us in that journey. Thank you.
It's good to share this space with Bob and my remarks from participating in the training sessions as well. As a member of this congregation, I have experienced many moments of wisdom, insights, and gratitude. Such was my experience with the Meeting Our Interfaith Neighbors sessions. This was really an enriching opportunity. By being at the individual houses of worship, I felt that I was more fully immersed in the experience than any reading could have provided me. I had a range of emotions, feelings of peacefulness, greater understanding, and of uncertainty at times. Fortunately, as Bob discussed, there was space for processing all these feelings within our group. In a reading from our May 4th service entitled "The Richness of Our Differences" by Julianne Lepp, we were encouraged to, quote, "Let our hearts be welcoming of multiple truths, and to be open to what we can learn from each other and the richness of our differences," end quote. This reading and my involvement in the Interfaith Neighbors have brought me to this key understanding. Faith is having our hearts in two worlds, the one we live in and the one we want to co-create. The other big takeaway from these experiential sessions was how they intersect with our updated Unitarian Universalist Article 2, Values and Covenant. As we know, the 6 shared values are centered around the spiritual discipline of love. One of these values is pluralism, which includes the following, quote, "We covenant to learn from one another in our free and responsible search for truth and meaning. We embrace our differences and commonalities with love, curiosity, and respect," end quote. So well stated, right? And yet to live that value in everyday life can be a real challenge. There were times when I needed to remind myself of that value as I heard and experienced other ways of understanding the world in the faith communities we explored. There were differences, at times very deep differences. Our task was not to change those differences, but rather to be curious and, where possible, share our perspectives. That way, we were able to hold on to what is meaningful to us about Unitarian Universalism and offer another possible path to understanding the world. I do believe that through these types of exchanges, we can co-create that other future. Thank you.
and the air, just like the flowers and all the creatures of this sacred planet. We are interconnected with all of creation. In these chaotic and difficult times, it can be hard to remember our oneness and to take in the sunshine, the beauties and joys of life without feeling we are ignoring or minimizing the suffering felt disproportionately around the world. And the truth is, we can only hold so much. Yet through beloved community, through the practice of collective care and accountability and of helping one another through the difficult things we face, we build our capacity to hold more, and we grow in our ability to shine brighter. At the young adult gathering last Sunday after Emma's powerful service on grief, we talked about a metaphor you may have heard, that though it seems like grief shrinks as time passes, in reality, it is our capacity to hold grief, along with all of our other emotions, which grows in time. In this congregation, we help one another grow in our ability to hold more, the struggles of our lives along with the delights. I'm continuously grateful and amazed by the ways we help build our collective capacity to love, to hold things together, to call each other into deeper relationship and greater accountability with our neighbors and the wider world. I want to name all the many ways that you, each one of you, help this community grow in spirit, impact, love, and vision. I wish I could name and personally thank each one of you who make up this community, the ways that you bring your whole selves, give of your time, share your wisdom and kindness, your creativity, your care. There are too many ways to count and not enough time to express my appreciation to all of you, so I'm going to ask you to each turn to each other right now. Just say thank you. You don't even have to know what is the way that this person contributes, because you know they do. And say it to each other at the picnic. Thank you. Thank you. Please know that you are appreciated for all you have done and continue to do to nurture the human spirit and to make the world more whole, for the ways you are continuing to carry on in this discouraging and overwhelming moment. Each ray of sunshine you emit is valuable. Even your rain and your mud are gifts. Today, in honor of the beauty and diversity of our many contributions, we celebrate a cherished tradition from our Unitarian history. I'm going to share a piece that was written in 2021 by my colleagues, the Reverends Teresa and David Schwartz, who served the First Unitarian Universalist Society of Chicago when this was written. It is a beautifully told story of our faith and one of its heroes. It is the story of Norbert Čapek's flower ceremony. His mother was a devout Catholic, his father agnostic. He became an acolyte at age 10 in 1890 in St. Martin's Catholic Church. In the years that followed, he became disillusioned. His priest was a cynic. At 18, apprenticed to his uncle, a successful tailor in Vienna, Norbert discovered the Baptists and became a minister. He founded almost a dozen churches from Ukraine to Budapest. Yet slowly, his faith became more and more liberal. He left Bohemia under government threat and accepted a call to serve a Baptist church in New York City until one day in 1919. That day, he wrote in his diary, "I cannot be a Baptist anymore, even in compromise. The fire of new desires, new worlds is burning inside me." Norbert and his wife, Maya Čapek, joined a Unitarian church in New Jersey in 1921. For the same reason a whole lot of you did. Their children liked the religious education program. That's the power of religious educators and Sunday school teachers. Kids, that's your power, too, to bring your families. World War I ended. His home country, now independent, he and Maya returned to Czechoslovakia. His Unitarian church was the Prague Liberal Religious Fellowship. In just 20 years, his church had 3,200 members. The traditional Christian communion service of bread and wine wouldn't meet the needs of his congregation because his church, like ours, had people who believed different things. Čapek turned instead to the beauty of the countryside, to the beauty of flowers. In 1923, he developed the flower ceremony. He asked his congregants to bring a flower to church from their gardens, the field, or the roadside. He invited each person to place their flower in a vase. There was the church community, no less unique for being united. Following the service, each person could take a flower from the vase, a different one than they had brought. Čapek was a visionary minister with a church ahead of its time, a bold church, a church thinking beyond its doors, beyond what it thought possible. It was a church that was willing to take risks, to make tough decisions, to bear disappointment, and to build a new way. First, by building a church, and that church could build up the world. That is our church. That was Čapek's church. For this, the Gestapo arrested him in 1942. The Nazis accused Čapek of listening to foreign broadcasts and sent him to the Dachau concentration camp. Even in the brutality of the camp, he held a flower ceremony with his fellow prisoners, finding whatever flowers they could among the weeds of the camp. They testified to a beauty larger than themselves and a love that would outlive them. The Nazis took Norbert Čapek's life, but his spirit, courage, and commitment live on today. Those qualities have passed on now to us to make them real. His wife, Maya, brought the flower ceremony to the Unitarian Church in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1940. What we are about to do is not a historical reenactment of something over and done, but an affirmation of our continuity with the generations of struggle for ever-widening liberty. This flower ceremony, lovely though it is, isn't a diversion from ugly reality, but a gentle fierceness which proclaims that in the midst of sinister days, there is always the light of beauty. We are here not to recall something that happened, but to remember something that is happening, to remember, to put it back together again. And in that remembering, may we put ourselves back together again, each as a part of the body of this community, out of many, one. Today we celebrate this ritual with solemnity and with joy. As Čapek asked his people to bring a flower and celebrate beauty, and to take a flower to honor the diversity of our faith, so shall we. You are invited to come forward and select a flower, one different than the one you brought with you, and then return to your seat. And when you do, take a moment to meditate on your flower's beauty, its shape, its color. Give it a sniff and notice its fragrance. Pay it your full attention. And if you'd rather not make your way to the front, ask your neighbor to select a flower for you, trusting them to choose the right one. Let us honor this tradition. Unitarians, Universalists, and Unitarian Universalists have partaken in for more than 100 years. Please come forward now. gaze upon your flower as we close this sacred ritual with the prayer meant to accompany it, written by Čapek and found in our hymnal. In the name of Providence, which implants in the seed the future of the flower, and in our hearts the longing for people to live in harmony. In the name of the highest, in whom we move and who makes the mother and father, the brother and sister, cousin and sibling, lover and loner, what we are. In the name of sages and great religious leaders who sacrificed their lives to hasten the coming of the age of mutual respect. Let us renew our resolution sincerely to be real siblings and neighbors, regardless of any kind of bar which estranges us from each other. In this holy resolve, may we be strengthened knowing that we are God's family, that one Spirit, the Spirit of love, unites us, and endeavor for a more perfect and more joyful life. Amen.
As we extinguish the chalice, please join in saying the words on the screen by Reverend Eileen Jones. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our closing hymn, number 21, For the Beauty of Earth.
Continue to celebrate the beauty all around us, to expand in our capacity to hold all that we must hold, the sorrow, the joy, the struggle, and the triumph, so that we may be responsible citizens of the world. Let us go out into the community, creating diverse connections and growing an ever-expanding garden of liberating love. Enjoy eating and talking and being together. Amen and blessed be.